Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Is occultation and long life exclusive only to Imam Mahdi alayhi salam? Before we begin our episode, I would like to say that we've been truly blessed that the alims, the scholars of yesteryears, have left behind a legacy of such informative books to enhance and increase our knowledge that we cannot thank them enough. One such author is Sheikh Al-Tusi alayhi rahmah, who has authored the book that is in discussion right now, the summary of which we are doing, Ghaibat Al-Tusi, and we are now on excerpt number 5, chapter 1, part 4, where the discussion is on the occultation of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. This chapter also mentions few examples of occultations of prophets and their long lifespan from the Holy Quran itself. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam has a chapter of the Holy Quran dedicated to him. The chapter recounts how he was hidden from his father, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, who was also an apostle. Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam received revelations day and night, yet the news of his son was hidden from him. The other sons of Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam would meet Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam and transact with him, but they did not know that he was their brother. Years passed like that before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed his story and united him with his father. The next example given is about Prophet Musa alayhi salam, who left his homeland to conceal himself from the Pharaoh and his people. No one found him for a long time, and until Allah sent him as an apostle. He made the announcement of his prophethood, and then everybody recognized him. Prophet Khidr alayhi salam is alive since the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. The story of their journey together is legendary and also mentioned in the Quran. Although no one knows the place of residence of Prophet Khidr alayhi salam, but there are various narratives that people have seen him as a pious man, and only after separating from him have they realized that he was Khidr alayhi salam. Prophet Yunus alayhi salam also concealed himself from his people when they continued to dispute with him. So he went into occultations to the extent that no one knew where he was. Almighty Allah had him in the abdomen of a fish and saved his life until an appropriate period passed, and Allah then returned him to his people. Now the very famous story of Ashab al-Kahf, people of the cave, is narrated by the Holy Quran on how they escaped from their people and fled to save their religion. They remained asleep, concealed in a cave for 300 years, after which Almighty Allah brought them back to life, and they returned to their people. Later on, Allah put them back to sleep in the same cave out of His will. It is well known that they have been kept protected and hidden, and they will rise with Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. The story of the people of the cave gives us a good understanding how Almighty Allah determined two periods of occultation for them. Namely, a short one, Ghaibat-e-Sugra, and the longer one, Ghaibat-e-Kubra, which continues till today. Although these men were not prophets or imams, but Allah has set an example in them for all of us to follow. If the Holy Quran had not spoken about it, skeptics would have rejected these events to facilitate their denial of the occultation of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. However, no one now has any excuse or rationale to reject the reality of his long life and occultation after going through so many examples, especially from the Quran itself. May Allah the Almighty help us to understand the examples of the Quran, keep us firm on the belief of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, and most importantly, bless us with patience during the occultation period. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.